everyone. So you can see that for the very first time, the screen is full of other people that are not me, but they are my dear friends. We have all gone through the journey of working on brand new YouTube channels, and I wanted to give us this opportunity to celebrate, to put them out in the world, to give you guys an opportunity to follow them and to check out what they are going to be creating. So I am so excited to introduce them to you. So what I'm going to start doing is actually removing them one by one, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to go person by person to find out what they're going to be creating, what they're going to be doing, and what you can expect from them. And our very first person is the fantastic Twanna. So I'm going to unmute her, and we are going to give her an opportunity to be in the spotlight. I am so glad that I get to put you guys in the hot seat because I'm always the one having to talk to myself. So this is great. So I want to start with the very first question. Why were you interested in starting a YouTube channel?
Oh my goodness.
Take us back.
Let's go all the way back. Well, I've had a podcast, and when I started doing interviews, I realized like the power of video. Like I just realized the power of it. Its audio is great, but it's great to have that interaction and see people's faces, to really put a face with a name. And so I just thought it would be great to relaunch my podcast and make it a video podcast. So that's what I wanted to do. I just want to, I've had people like, your name sounds familiar, but they haven't never, they rarely see my face. So I was like, hey, like, let's do this. And, I got all of the scaries out. So
and you know what? I think one of the things that I noticed from the very first time that we had a chance to chat as a group, that you are such a good communicator. Like, I love that you listen intently, but when you speak, it is powerful, it is poignant, and it is concise. And I am just so grateful that people will be able to not only hear what you have to say, but to see you delivering that information, because you are truly talented. And I want you to know that. So I'm excited that you have that channel. So in addition to the podcast episodes, what's your channel going to be about?
I want my YouTube channel to be like a one-stop shop for emerging women entrepreneurs. I've spoken to so many women over the years about their challenges, their concerns, their dreams, and all of it. And I just want to put all of it on the channel. So I want you to be like, oh, you know what? I have this question. And be like, well, let me check, Twanna's YouTube channel. And hopefully, the answer is there. Hopefully there's an interview. Hopefully I've done a video. I'm even going to put the past episodes on there. So I really want it to be like a really safe space where we can really converse and really learn all about and the real stuff about being an entrepreneur, starting your own business, side hustle, and just earning a living.
That's so good. Now, you are a super generous person. So I wanted to ask you, do you have a freebie for the folks when they go to your channel at this moment?
Absolutely, yes. So what I created something fun, actually, not just like a regular, like PDF, which are great, nothing wrong with that. But I wanted something fun and interactive. So I created this quiz called Thrive Off the Ladder Quiz. And it's a really short, fun, interactive quiz to see whether or not you are ready with regards to your mindset to thrive off the ladder. And then once you finish that quiz, you also get like this amazing, I don't even want to say what it is, but it's awesome. It's pretty cool. This is like it's a budding entrepreneur checklist, and it's really cool. It's interactive as well. And you get an opportunity to, book a 15-minute strategy call with me. So I'm excited about that. And it's still coming together. But it's all going to be there.
No, I wanted the people to see that cover art, because when I tell you the first time you showed the group, I was like, okay, ma'am, we ready. I absolutely love the promise of your channel is. I think it's going to be so helpful in the business community. And this is going to be a resource. I think that's the biggest thing to reiterate to people, that this channel is going to serve as a resource for you as you navigate entrepreneurship. So,
Yes.
all of the channels that we spotlight on this live stream will be linked in the description. So, the number one thing that you guys can do when this live stream is over is make sure you go, you subscribe, you like the content, and you engage, telling YouTube that this is a channel that's going to deliver some value. So before I release you back into the world to do incredible things, I do have one last question for you. What would you say to someone interested in YouTube coaching with me?
Do it. Immediately. Don't overthink it. Do it. LaShonda is a gem. She is a gem. She knows what she's talking about. She knows her stuff. And she is absolutely positively generous. She answered every question that we have. And I mean, not even after the fact, even after our calls, if we had thought of something, and I'm sure she's still going to answer our questions, even, that the coaching is over. So she is so generous, super smart, talented, and I learned so much from her. So if you're thinking about YouTube coaching, if you're on the fence, don't. This is my testimonial to LaShonda's program. It was so good. And, the questions that she asks you, that means she comes prepared. She knows about your business. So it's, you get all of the little nitty gritty out of the way and you get to the real stuff immediately. So do it.
Thank you so much, friend. So guys, I want you to go. This is what the channel looks like. I'm going to drop it in the description. I'm going to put it in the chat as well. But I am so excited to see what you create. If you ever need a podcast guest, just holla. And I will happily be there to talk about whatever you need. So I just want to put that out there. But thank you so much. I know you're super busy, but I'm so glad you had the opportunity to pop in, my friend.
Yes. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
No problem. All right, everyone. So what we're going to do is to regroup, get the next channel ready to share with you guys. And feel free, if you would like to ask any questions in the comments, you can. I'm going to make sure this gets shared out on LinkedIn, gets shared out on Instagram. So these guys are going to see their faces everywhere as soon as this is over. But for now, we're going to keep it calm and collected. So what I'm going to do here is I am actually going to invite up, let's see who is next in order. I'm going to invite up Paula. So Paula, if you will get primed and ready, my friend, I'm going to bring you up to the stage. Hello, my dear. How are you?
I'm really nervous.
Which is absolutely ridiculous because we all were just in awe of your first video. My word, the way that you did it, the way that you marketed on LinkedIn, it was absolutely brilliant. So you have nothing to be nervous about, but all good. You're here now. So we're going to start with the easy question. Why were you interested in starting a YouTube channel?
So, like many yoga teachers and movement teachers, I've been in the wellness world for a while, and I wanted to go from a studio experience with my clients to an online experience, mostly because I wanted to have bigger exposure. I wanted to meet more women, and I wanted to create a space for women, including myself, where we could really step outside the traditional wellness world of diets and food dogma and one-size-fits-all solutions. And I hadn't seen anything like that. And so I thought, you know what? I was going to create it. And I hemmed and hawed and I wished about it and I prayed about it and I did nothing about it. And then I met you on YouTube. And I was like, okay, this is a woman. She's got my attention. And maybe this YouTube thing is for me.
So I am pulling up the channel because one thing that you did do, which I was like, are you kidding? When I tell you, Paula, I was so scared when I started my channel. And I feel like you came out the gate fearless. I'm like, what in the world? But you've already posted shorts. So I want to make sure that people know that when they go to your channel, they're going to see not just a long form video, but shorts as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get that ready on the screen. So guys, you've got 2 shorts there. And when you go to Paula's channel, you're also going to see a fantastic first video. And so I would encourage you to check that out because it is jam-packed with value. So the next question is, and we talked about it a little bit, but I know you have a really, really solid game plan. What is that channel going to be about?
So I decided to take my decades of experience in wellness and create something really different. And I wanted to invite women to take a personalized, what I like to call a bespoke approach that I formally call Seek, and turn it into a community, a membership, a program, all of the things. I wanted to empower women to take back their well-being, like full responsibility for it from like head to toe, inside and out, and know that they have what they need within them to do it. It was really important to me, especially in the world that we're living in right now, was to focus on longevity of our bodies and the longevity of our minds. I have several family members that have gone through Alzheimer's, all on my maternal line. So with that and this idea that when we feel better, we do better, I wanted people to have more compassion and more forgiveness and more love, not only for other people, but also for themselves. And so creating this YouTube channel and all of the pieces that go with it, it was my way of inviting women to seek a new type of journey for themselves.
And again, I think the important thing to emphasize for all of the women who you guys are going to have a chance to meet is these women are educators, okay? They all have their own unique zone of genius, but they are coming into the YouTube world not as someone, just poking around. These women are people that you can refer to as subject matter experts within their lane. And so what I think is so great, and I'm just saying this now, Paula, so just buckle up. I can totally see you being invited to speak and do podcast interviews and to help other communities of women really wanting to take better care of themselves. So in a lot of ways, unbeknownst to you, that YouTube channel will not only be a resource for your business, but it'll also be a speaker portfolio. And I genuinely believe that there will be opportunities for you to share on a big platform. It's coming. So just prepare yourself because you have such a comfortable, calming presence that's really needed right now when it comes to taking a leap into health and wellness. So I just wanted to let you know that I see the makings of that now. So
Thank
just
you.
be prepared when you get those offers for sure. So do you have a free resource for folks on your channel?
Yes. So if you will, you have to go to my website. So you can go to my channel to go to my website channel. I get so confused. Like I said, I'm so new to all of this. But I have a 5-day mini course that is going to be live, and it is going to start on October 9th. And the idea of the live course is, well, it's called the Compass. It's the Seek Compass. I want us to take back our day and redefine wellness on our terms. And in just 5 days, I'm going to introduce you to the Seek method. It's 4 pillars. And in addition to that, I'm going to give you a tool, an intentional, intuitive tool that helps you reclaim the time in your day and then make time for your wellness. I don't want to say habits per se, but it's going to be so integrated into your day that you're just going to love it. So that's what my freebie is. It's a 5-day mini course that starts on October 9th.
That is so good. To me, it's just really cool to watch people's businesses just flourish. Like you started with the YouTube thing, but it's touching every aspect of how you tell your story online. So I think that's amazing. So the last question I have for you before I let you go, my friend, is what would you say to someone interested in YouTube coaching with me?
Well, this is the thing. Can I get through this without crying? But I'm going to really try. Go for it. Do it now. LaShonda is a catalyst. She is a catalyst for movement. She is a catalyst for creativity. and for excitement for women who know that they were born with a divine purpose to go out into this world and do something, but they just don't know how to pull all the pieces together. And that was me. I fell in love with LaShonda, all that she does, her teachings, because it helped me do the things like email list building and getting into Canva and doing things that I loved, or doing things that looked professional. But I needed the catalyst. I needed that person to hold my hand and walk me through it. Jumping into YouTube coaching was extremely frightening for me because the last thing I wanted to do was a YouTube channel. I'm very self-conscious, totally worried about other people's opinions and all of the things. But working with LaShonda, I have to tell you, I have been lit up. I am excited to go out and do the things. In fact, when I say catalyst, the reason I say that is because for me and having an online business, there's all these pieces. And I didn't know how to pull all the pieces together. But as I focused on this one item with her, and as she's full of all the productivity tips and all of the tools. Oh my God, the tools. If I hadn't had her list of the tools that I needed to do this, I would not have been able to move forward. She made everything so simple. And as I got excited about YouTube, well, then I actually set up my first photo shoot, which scared me to death. And then I started working on my website, and I reached out to LaShonda and I said, listen, I know we're doing YouTube right now, but is there any way that, you have an offering where I can get a little bit more of your time, because I need these two things to coordinate? And she was like on it. I think we had a session like 4 days later. And my website went from bleh to wow. And I'm just so excited about all that she has. And last but not least is her business model. The main thing that caught my attention is that LaShonda is a giver. She is creating for women. She's giving us tools that we need to be able to create businesses and thrive on a budget. I want to do the same thing for well-being. I don't believe that well-being should be something that you need to spend a whole bunch of money to accomplish. I believe you just need a little bit of knowledge and a whole bunch of community and belonging, and someone that you can count on. So thank you, LaShonda, for everything.
Thank you for being so fun to work with. I feel like I'm like, okay, Paula, I don't know how you did it. Between you and Cindy, I'm like, you guys are like my little like cheer squad. It's like, I don't care where I'm at on the internet, I can always count on one of you to be there. And it is just such an amazing feeling to know that you were like supported and loved, and it goes right back to you. So I'm excited. Your photos look amazing. I knew they would. The site looks great. The channel looks great. And so I'm just going to be in your comments cheering you on, but I'm so glad you got it done and it looks amazing. So I just want you to know, so proud of you, and I can't wait to see what you're going to create next.
Thank you so much, LaShonda.
All right, ladies, up next we have Camille. So I'm going to bring her up and we are going to spotlight her YouTube channel.
Can you?
Right. Yes. Can you hear me?
So now you understand when I say I am not tech savvy. It is not but it's okay. It's all right. We made it.
We made it.
I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
Well, you look good. You might have been stressed, but you look great.
Why is it not working?
Well, I'm so glad that you're here. And I really want you to just lean in and get excited about what you accomplished. I know tech be teching sometimes, but you did the thing. You did the thing. So that's what we're here to celebrate, to spotlight you, to share you. So we are going to get started with the very first question. Why were you interested in starting a YouTube channel?
I think really when I first thought about starting the YouTube channel, I just looked at it as an avenue to be able to reach more women. At the time, like maybe in 2020, I was doing workshops for women and I got a little bit burnt out. And so I kind of set that aside after about 2 years and I started doing like Instagram lives. And someone was like, oh, well, why don't you, do a YouTube channel? And I was like, yeah, probably not, because I don't know anything about, like, I watch YouTube. That's the extent of it. But when I kind of thought about it, I said, okay, well, let me try it. Let me see. And I was like, okay, I could repurpose some of the IG lives and kind of upload them to YouTube and kind of get a feel for how the platform works. But as you can see, it didn't really go like I wanted it to go, because I really didn't know what I was doing. To be quite honest, I had no idea what I was doing, which is kind of why I let things fall to the wayside. But I really want to pick back up because my heart really is women. And so anything that I can put out there that I think a woman can benefit from, whether it's overcoming a past hurt, if it's just motivation to move to the next thing in life, I want to be able to have a platform where they can come for free and be able to get, some of the knowledge that I've, just come across from working with women, and also overcoming my own, different things in my life journey.
Well, and I think that's the thing. When you start out on YouTube, I think one of the most important things you can do is be super clear about who that content is for. Who is that person that you're really hoping to serve well and to support through video? And then once you have that person in mind, like, the content flows. People will ask questions in the comments. They'll ask you questions in other forms of social media. And so it gives you kind of that place to, I like to say, to leverage technology to create that face-to-face interaction, right? Mm-hmm. So often I don't get to see you guys, I'm just putting it out there and talking to the camera. But when you put yourself out on the internet and you show your face and you share your story, you have an opportunity to impact people in a much greater way. So I want to make sure that people can see the channel and they know where to go. And so I wanted to ask you, as you start thinking through what your channel is going to be like in the months to come, do you think that you're going to add a freebie, or what do you think you're going to do with the channel?
So, I am the problem student. I have my freebie. It is ready. It's live.
Well, there you go. You have it. What is it?
So it's a mini workshop, and it's entitled, "Are the 5 Ds Holding Your Future Hostage?"
Ooh, I like that.
A lot of times we as women, we feel held back in areas, but we don't even know it. Like, we're just moving through life. We're checking boxes. We think like, okay, everything is good, but yet something is missing. Something is not quite right. Or sometimes we're trying to go to another level in life or move on to the next season, but we don't really know like what this tug is that's preventing us from getting to that next area. And so even though this free mini workshop, it's not, of course, an all-inclusive thing, but it's just 5 Ds that I know that I struggle with. And I think that many other, not just women, but people in general may struggle with when they're feeling held back. So I'm not going to tell you what the 5 Ds are, because you got to download the freebie in order to watch the mini workshop. But I think that women will really find value in it. I ran it by a couple of my girlfriends as just kind of a test, and they were like, oh, I do that. Okay. So, you're onto something here. So I do think it's going to be beneficial. I put the link in my description late last night. After I uploaded it.
Look, everybody was doing stuff late last night. I told everybody when we got on the live stream, I was like, I don't know what happened to the internet within the last 48 hours, but it was like the little internet elves touched all of your channels. And I'm like, whoa, so many cool things. So I love that. So the last thing I want to ask you before you head out, and you know what? You keep failing to mention a very important milestone coming up for you. You have a book.
Oh, yes.
I gotta help you guys talk about yourself. So let's tell the people about the book.
It's this book. So I normally write novels. This is my first time writing what I would say would be a personal development book. So just like how the 5 Ds workshop came together, this book that's going to be released October 7th, Unstoppable, Camille Moore. But it's kind of a takeoff of some of the things that I uncovered when I was doing the workshop. So I used to do my boot camps and my workshops live. And so I would really get to be able to interact with women and really kind of find out the essence of what are some of the things that we as a whole are struggling with? You may not be struggling with every single thing in this book, but you're struggling with something. And so that's why I was like, everybody's not going to take a workshop. Some people really want to be able to read a book, and it's kind of in workbook format. So it's questions. You're going to take some deep dives. You may cry a little bit. You're going to be happy. You're going to set some goals. But at the end of that book, I promise you, your life will be changed. You will have, I mean, I just can't even put it into words, like the trajectory that your life can go in after reading this book. I'm not some self-help guru or anything like that, but women are my jam. I love women, and I just want to see us whole and healthy and really thriving and becoming the best that we can be. And that's thank you for that plug. That book will help you do that.
You gotta plug the book.
The book.
Since I first met you, I'm like, give me an advanced copy. Like, I am a junkie for promoting my friends' stuff. So
I will definitely send you a copy.
Okay, you let me know. I will shout it from the rooftops for sure, because I aspire to write one day when I sit down long enough to do it. But until then, I will just cheer for you guys, live vicariously through you. So last question is, what would you say to someone who is interested in YouTube coaching with me?
Well, like I told you before, I think when we met, like our first group, one of the things that I love about LaShonda, to anyone who is listening, she is so genuine. Like, I have worked with other coaches for different aspects, different things. But the thing LaShonda, I think, brings to the table is that her heart is really in it. And she really wants to see other people really grow in their business and also grow in life. So before I even signed up and I took the coaching program for YouTube, I started following you, I think, for like Canva. I think that's what was the first thing that I did. And I started doing the buy me a coffee. And every time I logged on for something that you were doing, I always took something away. There was always something valuable. So even when you did free content on YouTube, or whether it was a $10 buy me a coffee live, I always felt like, okay, she is not in this for the money. She is just not trying to fill her pockets. She is really trying to educate me so that I can be better in my business. So that was a huge thing for me. So when I got into the YouTube cohort, this first cohort, I'm so lucky, I was just like, okay, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I trust you. That was my thing. I want to grow my channel, but I don't want to be slimy. I really want people to know I love women, and I want to put information out there that's going to benefit them. And I'm not trying to sell them anything. I just want them to grow. And that's what I get from you. I get that is what you want for people. And so when I didn't have any idea what I was doing. When I had my YouTube channel, I really realized the reason that it wasn't being successful, and I walked away from it, because I didn't have the foundational tools. I didn't have an understanding of what YouTube was and how it worked in SEO, and how my thumbnail should kind of, have a character, or have a life, have a theme. You really gave me clarity. You really helped me to kind of put things in order, because I was like all over the place. You allowed me to be able to see what I could put down, because it didn't really make sense to do it, and keep the things that were beneficial to the channel. You helped me organize the channel. Like, I have playlists now. I didn't know anything about that. I mean, I could probably go on and on and on, but I feel like I have walked away with so much. Like, I thought I knew a little bit, but I didn't know anything, but I do now.
You knew a lot more than you're giving yourself credit for.
No, ma'am. It's okay. You see, I couldn't even get my mic to work this morning.
Oh my God.
I had to unplug my mic.
That's what it was. Okay.
It's okay. So I would just say to anyone who is struggling or even thinking about starting a YouTube channel, LaShonda is going to give you the foundation of what you need, and it's going to make sense. That's the thing. It's going to make sense. And I love how every time we meet at the end, you give us a summary, you break everything down so that we can go back and actually apply it. So that's my spiel.
Oh my goodness. Well, I will tell you guys, in the past, the thing that was like man, it was always nagging me a little bit is I would love to teach people things, but I wanted to see them implement it. And you guys as a group are implementers. When I tell you, you listen, you do, you apply, and like you guys are probably going to grow quicker than I did in the beginning because you had the framework, you had that foundation, and you guys are so freaking smart. Like I want you guys to understand the magnitude. Like it is just, it's so encouraging to be surrounded by you all. So I just want to say thank you for trusting me in the process because I cannot wait to bend your channel. Obviously, I want my book. You're going to get on that. But it's just been an absolute joy. So I'm just so grateful we had a chance to work together.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll work together again in the future because I don't have it all down yet. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm really sincere when I say I appreciate you and I learned a lot.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Well, we got 2 more people to hop up, and I will give you guys the warning at the end. I would love to have you guys back on screen again. So just a little celebratory moment is all I'm wanting. So I'll see you all at the very end, but I will pop up our next guest. Hello, hello.
In there. Hey, girl, hey, here I am.
Here you are. Here you are.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. So you have had an eventful past few months. I remember like one meeting you were like, "Oh, I'm at the show at headquarters, but I'll be back." I'm like, I love seeing everybody win. So this is so great. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up your channel, and we are going to get started with the very first question, which is, what made you want to start a YouTube channel in the first place?
Well, man, I'm really finna open up to you, girl. Oh my God. To prepare your heart.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I have done a YouTube channel before. It was a ministry channel, and it was doing pretty well. And I think I stopped posting actually when it was doing its best. After a while, I just kind of felt like I wasn't sure if I could be myself, fully, because like as it was growing, I felt like this pressure to be somebody else or to be perfect and not show my flaws or like show, where I struggle. And I didn't know how to release that fear or dismiss it and come in and just be authentic. And so it's been a journey getting back to this point where I'm ready to start posting again. You can see I'm getting a little teary-eyed, but it's been a journey. And the reason why I've started this channel Made for This Design is because God has taken me on this journey of seeing that, if you have a vision for something, sometimes we compartmentalize and we think, I can't do this because I live here, or my background is this, or I should be like this if I want to stand in this type of spotlight. And so I've just been on this journey of learning that I can just be myself and I can take the risk of pursuing the dreams that that have been put on my heart. And so I'm starting Made for This Design because I want women and men too if they want to learn, but mostly women, to learn that it's worth the risk trying to be yourself and take a leap, to do what God's put on your heart or you feel really passionate about. And so I want my channel to be a place where women can come and feel like I can be myself wholeheartedly, and I can invest in my goals, invest in my brand, and learn how to share the message that's on my heart to try to make a great impact in the world, whether it be through, just making people laugh with a humorous channel or educating people. I just want people to feel good in their own skin and feel like they're truly being fully themselves without that fear of perfectionism or being paralyzed. So Made for This Design is pretty much the fruit of this journey of learning to be who I am fully. And that means taking risks and exploring different visions or something, visions that's been put on my heart. And so I want women to feel like they can be purpose driven and profitable in whatever it is that God is, whatever business or even ministry online that they desire to pursue. And so I'm here to be like a partner and a cheerleader in that, and let them know like this is possible, you can do it, and don't let your fear of perfectionism paralyze you. You have everything you need. So that's the heart behind it.
See, I'm up here about to start crying because when I tell you, I was so afraid of being myself when I started on YouTube that I didn't even show my face. Like that just wasn't even an option. And it's crazy to watch what God's done, because it's like I go from hiding behind a microphone, just doing screen recordings and showing software tools and hoping for the best, to little by little showing my face to the point now where it's like I can't even be on the internet unedited and be okay with it. So it's just wild to see not only how much people can grow from watching YouTube videos, but how much you can grow as a creator creating content for the platform. So I just think like your heart is just so beautiful, and it is on display for everybody to see. And I just think you're going to impact so many people. So I'm glad you came back to YouTube. I am so glad that you're back.
I'm so surprised to hear you say that. Like I would have never thought that was what you were struggling with too, but I feel like I respect you so much because you lead with authenticity. And I know a lot of the industry standard things. I know how to make a brand. I know how to do all the I know how to do the content creation things. But I've been watching you for years, and just seeing the generosity and the simplicity and the love, that's what made me feel like, okay, I can come out of this closet where I've been hiding from my YouTube channels. I've been hiding from my ministry online, and your YouTube channel and your content is just one of those things that helped me realize, hey, knock, knock, knock. Come out now. You got a job to do. And so I feel comfortable now. So it's so crazy to hear you say that.
Oh my gosh. If you only knew. So I'll just tell this story for all the folks that are a little skittish to be themselves online. I remember I love doing those like really crazy fundraisers. Like my friends are like, what is she doing now to raise money? So there was one in particular where a friend of mine was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I just felt so hopeless and like helpless. Like I couldn't like take it from her, you know what I mean? And so they did a fundraiser where they were raising money for breast cancer research, but you had to wear a pink wig for a whole month. Wow. And I remember thinking, I have no problem face to face wearing this wig. I mean, that thing was like a rat's nest by the end of the month, but like, I was like, that I can do. But to make a video and tell people I was doing it made me so nervous that I had my husband set the camera up and leave the room. And I pretended someone was interviewing me because I couldn't even like talk to him behind the camera. It was so ridiculous. And I think what's hysterical is people see now, right? They see like, oh girl, you're at the farmer's market, you're at the store, you're doing, and they think that's where it always was. And that is just not the case. I was even nervous in front of my own husband. In fact, sometimes more nervous with him there. But I think what's been so cool is that the more I become comfortable with like sharing a little bit more and showing up a little bit more often, then it's like, okay, well, not only is this getting easier for me, but maybe down the line, it could be easier for someone else watching. So like, it's cool to see that courage impacted you, and then your courage will impact somebody else. And so I think that's a beautiful thing about YouTube. I can't speak for every social platform, but YouTube is so communal. I think there are so many people there that just have a servant's heart, and they just want to help, and they're willing to kind of put themselves out there and be a little bit messy, be a little bit uncomfortable, grow in plain view, because their mission is stronger for them than their comfort.
Yeah.
And so I think that is just so cool to see that the platform seems to be attracting those types of folks. And so that's how, YouTubers tend to support each other and do collabs and things like that, because we all have the same heart. We have different, outlooks, but same heart. And so I love that with you. I'm going to go ahead and share that channel, because I'm like, again, you look at other people and you're like, dang it, I didn't look that good. So let's just take a moment to take her all in. I'm like, look at this, ma'am. Do you know it took me like 7 years to just put a logo in my freaking cover art? I'm like,
well, I'm cheating. I'm a designer. So, I design brands. So I'm cheating technically.
no, it looks so good. It looks so
Thank
good.
you.
So inviting. So I am super excited to start clicking through and seeing what you have posted, because it makes my heart happy for sure. It really does. So guys, again, everything is going to be linked in the description for you guys to go follow these channels. And I really want you guys to do that, because the content that's going to be coming out is going to be so impactful, and it's going to take care of your journey in so many different ways. So before I let you go and let Cindy on the stage, I want to ask you one last question, my friend. What would you say to someone who is interested in YouTube coaching with me?
I would say you just need to do it. Plain and simple. But no, for me, it was your generosity, and again, I'm just beating the same drum, your heart, it really shows. And like I said, I know how to do the things. I've been in rooms with people who teach the things and, teaching me how all those different things, but that the heart that you have and the generosity that you have, I truly believe that your humility and your love is one of the reasons why your voice stands out on YouTube. And so if you want to be more than a YouTuber, if you want to be more than a marketer, then I think you need to learn from somebody that's more than a marketer and more than a YouTuber. And you can't, that's hard to find. And so if you want to have a real purpose-driven brand and you want a profitable brand, you want to do the things, you want to excel, put excellent stuff out there, then there's no better coach that I can think of. There's other people out there, great people. I have great friends, but I just really love the example. And so if you want to learn from somebody that's more than a YouTuber and more than a marketer, then you need to get coaching with LaShonda.
Well, what I did not prepare was tissues. Oh my gosh. I am so done with all of you guys. By the time Cindy's done with me, I'm just going to be a sloppy mess. But yeah, golly, when you say that there are other people doing it, I think that's the biggest thing that so many people struggle with, is that, oh man, like somebody else is already doing XYZ. Is there room for me? Should I even try? And how many times have we gotten in our head and just said, well, I'm new, or, my perspective is so different. Will there be room? And so what I love about really digging in deep into YouTube now, more so than other platforms, is the idea that people are seeing my heart, I think, for the first time. And they're getting a more comprehensive view to who I am, that I'm not just like super serious all the time.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm a real person just trying to do real good in the world. And so to hear someone say, like, I'm more than just my job, like, for everybody listening, if you needed to hear that today, you are more than just your job.
And if I could just say,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying, and that's really the heart behind Made for This, is like showing you that your life is meant to be rich, and like those, like whether it's starting a business or starting this platform where you help people with your content, like that's what it's all about. Like, you were made to do this, so run with it. And so I just love how you're setting that example. And so that's what I think how I want to do my channel and how I want to run my business and brand. So I just thanks again.
No problem. Oh my gosh. This is just, when I tell you, I'm so mad. I don't immediately have a like, so what are we doing next? Because I just feel like we have like our little family. And I'm like, dang it. We need like and Paula already said, we need like a part 2 or what are we doing now? But
Oh, that'd be good.
we're such, I don't know, like I just feel so blessed that you guys were the first group, because I just feel like we have such an encouraging environment and everyone is so supportive that it really does help you get that work done. And I think in a culture where everything is so isolated, we forget how much we need people. So thank you for just being such a light. And I cannot wait to keep click clacking in your comments, keep posting. I heard through the grapevine you're going to be going live. So let the people know, and I'll be trying to pop in when I can. But you did it. It looks amazing. And I'm just so, so proud of you.
Thanks.
All right. Last but certainly not least, we have the beautiful Cindy. How are you, my dear?
I am great. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So let me go ahead and get your channel up in the background. And we are going to start with the very first question, which is, why were you interested in starting a YouTube channel?
Oh my goodness. I got to say, probably for the opportunity to keep working with you. As you said, I was a super fan. I go to pretty much everything that you teach or that you're live. I mean, I've just really kind of learned to kind of fall in love with you. And I wanted to, also challenge myself and learn about a platform and do something different and brave with my life. And I knew that I can entrust you with that process and that journey.
So you have a very unique origin story to the direction of your channel. So I want to talk about what your channel is going to be about.
Oh my goodness. So my channel is called The Brave Pivot, and my channel is really going to be about sharing business tips, strategies, workshops, and tutorials designed to help women online business owners to streamline and optimize their business through leveraging tech and automation. Since I'm a project manager for over 25 years in the financial industry, I thought I would leverage some of that talent, be able to share my expertise and how people can work smarter and not harder in their businesses.
So I think the fun thing to let the folks know is this woman wanted to hide that under a bushel. And when she told me about all the expertise she had, I'm like, no, how dare you not put that on the internet? We need you, Cindy. You are brilliant. And we need the folks to know. And so what was so great is she already had a podcast called The Brave Pivot. And so the more we talked about it, it just seemed to make sense to bring that energy over to YouTube. And so I just think like having that journey of, pouring in on the podcast side and then being brave and putting that on YouTube is just a really exciting transition for you. So I think it's going to be great. Now, you told me that you're working on a freebie. So we got to tell the people what the freebie is.
I am. So my freebie is a resource guide that's actually going to provide 8 business tools to help business owners to work smarter, not harder, so you guys can focus on the important aspects of your life and business.
And one thing that we talked about specifically was because Cindy is taking a direction where she's going to be talking about, tech tools. What's so wonderful about that, and I think Titania showed it on her graphic, is like when you fall in love with these tools, whether it's Showit or Honeybook or Canva, you have an opportunity to be recognized as a super user on that platform. And so I'm excited to see how that journey continues for you and to see, which tech company gets to stake claim to Cindy's brain, because I know you're going to kill it no matter what you approach. So that's going to be absolutely incredible. And so I want to show people, and again, the link is going to be in the description. If you guys want to go ahead and follow her, all you need to do is look for The Brave Pivot, which is the name of the channel. So really, really excited about what you're going to be sharing with folks on this channel. Again, I think it's going to be a great resource. And we talked about how as you start creating those videos about the specific tools, then those can become playlists that people can binge and continue to look at. So I think that is going to be really great. I can't wait to see your deep dives because I do not know all the things about every tech tool, contrary to popular belief. So I will be using this YouTube channel for sure. So before I let you go and bring back up the group to celebrate one last time, I want to know, what would you say to someone who is interested in coaching with me?
Oh my goodness. Where do we start? I know we only have a limited amount of time. I could be here all day talking about you. Really, first thing I'd say is run, don't walk, submit your application, because the spots are actually limited. And there's so much value that we get when you go into your coaching program. The ROI, the return on investment, is absolutely insane. You're wonderful. Your instructional design is none like I've ever seen before. It really is something that sets you apart. It's unmatched. And I really think that the ROI that you're gonna get from coaching with you is gonna just last so much longer than after when the coaching program actually ends.
So before I let everybody go, I'm going to bring the group back up one last time. So I'm going to mute everybody else so you guys will be able to hear me. But I want you all to see one last time these incredible women that did the thing that you need to be following on YouTube. I wanted to do this live stream. I know that at some point, all of y'all gripped your pearls and freaked out a little bit about being on this side of the live stream, but I wanted to share your faces and show my community how seriously proud I am of you guys. I did not even have a model for a group when I decided to start helping people, and you guys said, we don't care. We want to work with you. We are here. We are ready. And what you guys help to cultivate is a program that's going to continue helping people in the months and years to come. And I am just so grateful for you entrusting me with this journey. I can't wait to watch. I'm not going to say everything. Let's be real. Y'all going to be creating a lot of videos, but I'm going to be watching a whole lot of them. I'm going to be thumbsing up. So if you see a thumb up, just think it's me. It's going to be me. I am just so freaking excited. And I'm just, honestly, I'm grateful that you guys took me up on the opportunity to do this, because live streaming, guys, it's a leap. It's a leap to put yourself out there. But every single woman that you're seeing on screen right now is so flipping brave, and they prioritize helping others paramount. Everyone wants to help. And so all their links are going to be in the description for you guys to follow, for you guys to support. Yes, they'll be posting on other social platforms, but the goal is not just for them to serve on YouTube, but eventually the magic of YouTube is then YouTube will start paying them to post. And then it's really going to get fun, right? And so that's the wonder of YouTube, is that you can get paid to post as your channel continues to grow. So if you guys enjoy the content, it makes so much difference that you like what you see, that you subscribe to their channel, because as their channel begins to grow, they can do more and more to serve you. So that is so, so, so important. So thank you guys again. I'm going to do the very cheesy thing of doing a little boomerang moment. I feel like they're still in. I mean, maybe we're over it. But I'm still into them. So I'm going to pull up my little boomerang moment, and then I'm going to share this all over the internet so everyone can see your faces. So buckle up to see lots of tags, lots of notifications. But I'm going to get it up here. And all I want you guys to do is give me a little shimmy, because you did it. All righty. 1, 2, 3. Love it. So you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this live stream. We are going to celebrate a few more women on our live stream tomorrow that I worked with one-on-one, so that you guys can learn more about their channels as well. And then I am literally going to hop right in to coaching some more women. So I wanted to make sure that we got it done before the holidays, because after that, none of us wants to be doing this stuff. So we got to get it in. So that's the goal. So friends, like I say, and Shawana did comment here. Thank you. This was super helpful. Now I'm excited about the next 3 months. Yes. So Shauna is in the next cohort. So I'm so excited for her to be a part of that as well. And so as we say on the channel, guys, until next time, ta-ta for now.